Why do you think?
Okay. So, what did you find like sort of different about this book?
I found it very different because usually books, right, usually have like a happy ending and stuff like that, but this book ended off with Lenny dying.
Yeah,
who
it's
is
not.
technically
It's
the
like a Hollywood sort of ending.
Yeah.
Like with normal movies.
And
Uh-huh.
especially the fact that George kills Lenny at the end, which
Yeah.
is very shocking.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, because it's like it also catches you off guard because like you think he's his best friend, but in reality, he is actually trying to help him though because he doesn't want him to get like killed by a whole mob of people.
Yeah. So he was always looking out for him.
Yeah, even though he was the one who killed him.
Yeah.
Which is kind of ironic.
I actually really like this book because like it wasn't cliche.
Yeah.
Right? It like
I agree.
because like throughout the book when I was reading it, I did not know anything. I didn't predict anything because
Yeah.
I didn't
because
predict that.
You didn't know the outcome. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't predict that Lenny was going to kill Curly's wife. I didn't predict that George was going to kill Lenny.
Yeah, because it's like with Lenny's behavior, you don't know what's coming next, right?
Yeah.
Because he's just, different.
Mhm. Okay. Why do they keep Crook around if they despise colored people? Like, why would Curly's dad hire Crook if he doesn't really like black people?
Maybe just like he could work. Maybe he wants to be above him.
Or maybe because they
He
desperately
wants to like sort of to be like that kind of slave mentality, keep him lower than him.
Yeah. My theory was that they keep colored people is because they know that like without this job they wouldn't really have any other job because they were at a time where there was still like discrimination between colors.
Yeah.
Right? So if Crook had a problem with this job, right, he wouldn't be able to get it anywhere else. So he's technically almost forced to like
Because he doesn't have the
stay
options,
into this
right?
job. Yeah. Anything else, Chad?
Okay, so I have like a symbolic sort of question with the pond, and like I don't understand why does the story begin and end with the pond.
Maybe the pond is a symbolization in the story.
Yeah, it's like a symbol, but I don't like what would it symbolize? So what do you guys think?
Friendship.
Yeah, that could be.
But like, how would it?
Did they like
symbolize
meet
friendship?
there, or like is there like a story behind it?
It's probably when they started off when they're trying to look for when they're trying to rent the place or buy the
Yeah.
raptor,
Yeah.
whatever. The story started off with the pond, but like in the end of the poem, I think there's some kind of significance of their friendship and
with the
George
pond,
and Lenny's friendship, and then how he dies when George kills Lenny, and he dies at the end of the poem, but it's still at the pond.
I feel like it tried to symbolize like a little safe house because like every time anytime Lenny would do something wrong, George would always tell him go back to the pond.
Oh yeah.
Right,
yeah.
and wait for me. So I think it was kind of like a safe house.
Like a safe
for-
space for him.
yeah, for
him
Lenny.
to like be comfortable with himself
Yeah.
and not to be afraid. I guess.
Which is kind of ironic because like in that he ended up dying
Yeah.
there, right?
It was just like a significant place for Lenny.
Yeah.
Particularly, sorry.
It's like how he trusts George. He trusts that spot
Yeah.
near the pond.
I mean, at least he got to die in a place that he liked. I
Yes.
guess.
So my question is, why does George tell Lenny what to do and what not to do? So basically, why does George care for Lenny, or why does George boss around Lenny in a way?
I feel like George doesn't do this because he tries to be mean and stuff like that. He's just always trying to look out for him.
Yeah, he's trying to be an older brother, you
Yeah.
know, that kind of mentality that, you have to, like, be sort of like a father figure to him.
Yeah.
Because in the book it says that they grew up with each other, and anything that Lenny would do, George would ask Lenny to do, he would do it with no questions asked.
Mm.
So I think George felt as if he like had to take care of him because he always has a mentality of a kid, so
Yeah.
he's not able to think for himself, so he needs someone else to think for him, and I think that's where
Yeah.
George comes in play.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my theory. It's because George cares a lot for Lenny, and maybe Lenny doesn't know what's right and wrong for him, so George comes
Yeah.
there to take care of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my essential question is, when is it your decision to take someone's life?
I feel like because, like, in this case, we're talking about George killing Lenny, right? maybe it was because that he wanted him to like be out of his misery, you know.
Suffering.
Yeah. So he just didn't want him to feel that sort of impact, especially like a whole mob coming over to kill him. That could be definitely traumatizing. And those are your last moments. I don't think he wanted that for him. You could try to want just like, you know,
So
just
basically, you kinda
remember the
agree-
pond, basically. Yeah. And that's like where he was like finally, I guess in euphoria maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it basically eased the pain for Lenny,
Yeah.
so he doesn't have to remember his
But like,
moments like that.
Yeah.
but like in like real life, like reality, when is it your decision to take someone's life?
I feel
When do
like-
you think it's a right time to take someone's
Ooh, this
life?
goes into my essential question, which is like, should the crime against like Candy's dog be excused or condemned? And if you bring this into today's society, it would be arguing whether or not euthanasia is acceptable. So basically, euthanasia is like, you know, killing beings that are already sick or that are like, you know, disabled, so that they no longer have to suffer. I guess I don't know.
But isn't euthanasia like something doctors do? It's
Yeah,
not,
it's-
it's not someone's like.
Yeah, I feel like you could also like, I mean, this is like a question for a doctor as well too, because like sometimes they have to let a patient down, you know.
And let a patient die, and then they have to
Yeah,
make
on the
a
table,
decision.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's for example in like George's like place where he was at. I think it was like a right choice for him because he knew that Lenny can't really suffice without him,
Yeah.
right? And he can't really survive. So then it was either Lenny goes and like corrupts everything for himself,
Mhm.
or just like end his life right there because he knows he can't be with him
Yeah.
24/7 now.
Like he can't like take care of him. You
Yeah,
know,
'cause
he can't
he-
always be there for him.
Yeah.
Because what is he gonna do without him? You can already like see throughout the story how he's like just killed a woman by just literally just being himself. You
And
know.
and the thing is, he doesn't feel as if it's wrong because he was.
Because he
never-
doesn't have that kind of conscience
Yeah.
yet. Because he's still like, because he still listens to George. I feel like in a sort of way George needs to, you know, just not only tell him what to do, but tell him what to think in a way, like kind of shape his perspective of how he should, you know, see things. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jenny, you want to read one of your questions?
So, do you think George had any other option for Lenny instead of killing him?
I feel as if he did. He had many other options. Like, some other options he had was like to lead the group away from Lenny so Lenny would have more time to run.
Yeah, maybe like create a distraction
Yeah.
so that he could just run away. But I feel like he was kind of maybe fed up, not fed up, but like maybe like kind of tired of like, you know,
Taking care.
taking care of him and like him like just not being able to, you know, survive on his own. Like for Lenny to survive on his own,
Yeah.
like he would have to be right beside him. Like what if George ended up dying instead after, so Lenny would just be out in the universe. And like
No one helping him?
yeah, and he would just
Yeah.
be like maybe labeled a murderer or like all these crazy things, but in reality he doesn't know anything at all what he's doing, whether it's
Yeah.
right or wrong.
And that was another thing, like if he did lead them away, it would have to be up to all like Lenny to figure out where he would hide, where he would go.
That's very that's
But like when when the first place when he did run away, Lenny, he went straight to the safe place, so like the
Yeah.
pond, right? And he wouldn't. I don't think he would have moved from there if they gave him a little bit more choice and stuff like that.
like give him like more of like an option, I guess.
Yeah.
For to like run away. I think it's because he knows that like the pond is a safe place, so he basically would like if he was going to do, like create a distraction or whatever to like, you know, to distract the mob, right? Then it would be like far away from the pond, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the pond is a safe place,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't want to bring the mob there.
Because that's the only thing that like Lenny knows. He only knows that that's like a safe place for him, so he's gonna go to the safe place. He's not gonna run away to some random place, even though he could find the safe place very easily.
But I also think like Lenny, I don't think he knew what he did. Like that was what he did was actually really serious. So I think he would have eventually just came back to the plantation, and they would have caught him like that. And then George was able to actually like kill Lenny, right, without him suffering. But I think like if Curly or Slim got like a chance of him, I think Curly would have
Yeah.
actually really hurt him or like tortured
Maybe,
him before he like died. So like I think it's better that George killed Lenny.
Yeah, it just put him out of
Misery.
the misery. Like maybe some peace was brought to
Or
it.
if they did leave him like alive, the cops would have gotten him. He would have been in jail for I'm not sure how long, but like George just knew that
Yeah.
he was not able to handle jail because he wouldn't.
Can't even handle the real world.
Yeah, without George, right?
Yeah.
And since George is not going to be there with him 24/7 in jail, he won't really know what to do.
But what if George did it just so that what if he did it out of selfishness? Imagine thinking of that sort of perspective rather than the positive.
But he took care of Lenny the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, but maybe it's because he was tired of it. Maybe he wanted to live his own life. Because I feel like, like after like a long day, like, I feel like a lot of like parents, I guess, would probably like feel frustrated after like a long day of taking care of their kids. Like some people literally kill their kids because it's just so annoying. I don't think like George would do that, but it's definitely, you don't know what's going on in his head, right? Because like of the perspective and how the story was written, so you get to really see a lot of what was in George's head.
I don't think he would do it on purpose because like they need money, right? And if
I know
there's
they
two
did have a
people,
dream together.
yeah,
too.
if they had two people working, then that's double the income, right?
Yeah, maybe that was the last straw though too, for George. Because then after, if he still kept him alive, then he would have to honestly like literally take care of him. Like he would have to
Like every time. Like
Yeah.
more and more.
like if people would come to his house, like he would have to protect him. He would have to be like by his like arm, like in top for his like the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't think they had like a choice and stuff.
Yeah.
But if Lenny was like I also think like Lenny did that because like killing a person is like different compared to killing like a rat or a mice.
Like killing an actual animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean it's humanity.
Yeah, it's
So,
like
yeah.
I see like where he was wrong for killing like other animals, but like I don't think it was seen as a big problem from George until he actually killed his wife, Curly's wife.
Yeah.
So I have another question. What would you do if you were in George's shoes when he found out about Curly's wife? Like how George.
I don't know. I don't know if I could because after like the death of Curly's wife, right? I don't know. Like I don't because like it's kind of hard to put yourself in that kind of position, right? Because it sort of goes back to the question like when is it right to kill a person? So I think that like takes a lot of like thinking to do it. Because like if you really are a person that does think about like you would never kill a person and that kind of opportunity comes your way, it really just like it does like tell you what kind of person you are. But I would like try my best to maybe like create a distraction or something.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's like I can't like I hate just seeing like animals tortured.
Yeah, I wouldn't be the one to like kill somebody.
Yeah, unless like they did like something like literally brutally terrible
Mhm.
and like they need to be stopped. Like if they're like literally running to their next crime scene, then yeah, I would definitely put that as an option of like maybe killing them.
Like, just try to stop them at least.
Like yeah, stop the
Yeah.
madness.
Yeah. Like my thing, if I was in George's shoe and I found out that he killed Curly's wife, which is really hard because like he has a mind of a 5-year-old, right? Of
Yeah,
like a
it's
kid.
not fully developed yet.
Yeah, it's not fully developed, so he doesn't know what he did wrong,
Mhm.
and which is really hard because like it's like pinning a murder against a 5-year-old. You can't really do that, right?
Yeah,
'Cause,
and
like,
especially during that time, they won't understand.
Yeah,
that. They
it's
don't.
not-
They don't know the psychology
It's-
behind like the brain and how it works against the disabled people.
it's something you wouldn't actually like think of a 5-year-old killing a person.
It's
right?
just they don't know. They just don't know.
I feel as if I would tell Lenny to like go to the pond and just stay there, right?
After you would like distract it.
And I would try to like carry the mob somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right? Like I would tell them like, oh, let's go to
Yeah,
this
say like that,
farm.
like Lenny ran this way.
Yeah,
I
like
mean, maybe they could move. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's like a very like far fetched, but
Yeah.
George could have a well come up plan if it's not safe
yeah.
at the safe house anymore. He couldn't have like just enough time to like at least keep Lenny alive and make him like a great
Yeah.
plan to like escape
Yeah.
from the mob.
Maybe like they would like run near a forest or something,
Yeah.
right? But like they say like that Lenny ran over here after like he would try to escape from the forest itself after run back to the safe place, the pond, and maybe create a plan of whether or not they should leave town or where they should go next, so that maybe this doesn't happen again.
If George
Hopefully.
did